The year is roughly 2700 BC. Around that time, the Egyptians were building some big triangles in the sand. The people of Britain were building, whatever this is, and in the East, a new civilization was beginning to form, one that would shape our world's history, and one that continues to affect us to this very day. No, not that one.
Oh my god, I can't believe this blasphemy. This is so stupid. The Xia Dynasty wasn't even real. It clearly says it on Wikipedia. You are lying to your viewer. I am about to go post this on r/bad history. You are a filthy CCP spy and this propaganda will not stand.
Technically, he's correct. The existence of the Xia Dynasty and subsequently everything before them is at best debatable and quite likely to be a myth. Our only proof of this period existing is a historical record written in about 100 BC and something called the Bamboo A. These things. Nevertheless, the story goes that around 2700 BC, a man by the name of Huangdi, aka the Yellow Emperor, basically invented everything, including but not limited to writing, Taoism, wooden houses, boats, calendars, bows and arrows, carts, and Chinese civilization as a whole. He united his local tribes and formed the first ancient Chinese state. Fast forward a few hundred years and Emperor Yao was in charge of this state, and he was facing a problem. You see, the ancient Chinese, much like other ancient civilizations, situated themselves along the best rivers they could find for agriculture, in this case, the Yellow River. And the Yellow River had a bad habit of flooding constantly and destroying everything. So Yao decided to appoint a guy called Gun to fix the problem. After 9 years of trying to build up dams to stop the river, Gun ultimately failed. And somewhere between those 9 years, Yao gave the throne to a new emperor called Shun. What Shun did to Gun after his failure is not entirely known. Some sources claim Gun was imprisoned for life, others say Shun executed him, and others say Gun offed himself by jumping off a cliff. Regardless, Gun was now out of the picture, and it was his son's job, called Yu, to fix the problem with the river. And Yu had a different approach from his father. Instead of building dams, he dug canals along the river to gather the excess water and dump it into farmland. And it worked so well that Emperor Shun gave Yu his title instead of giving it to his own son.
Dude. Uncool.
And so, Yu the Great established the first dynasty in Chinese history, the Xia Dynasty. And his first act as emperor was to divide the known Chinese world into 9 provinces. Around that time, the concept of the mandate of heaven would become quite important. The mandate of heaven is the idea that the rule of China is given to a dynasty by heaven if it is deemed fitting to rule, and taken away by heaven if it is deemed unworthy. A few hundred years passed, during which the dynasty went through 15 different rulers, all of whom achieved a grand total of 0 remarkable things. But the 16th guy, who was called Emperor Ji, was different. He was a little bitch. He would spend more and more money into ensuring a more lavish lifestyle for himself and his wife, until it all culminated to him ordering a lake of alcohol being built in which they both sailed around in, and calling for 3,000 men to drink all of it only to laugh when they drowned in it. I'm not joking, look it up. The people, seeing all of this, began to think that heaven didn't really fancy Ji anymore. So one of the vassals of the Xia Dynasty, the Shang, which was led by a man called Tang, launched a rebellion against Ji, with support from basically everyone. And after whooping his ass in the Battle of Mingtiao, Jie was deposed, and with him, the Xia Dynasty fell after 400 years of ruling China, leading to the rise of a new dynasty, the Shang Dynasty. That's enough for today. See you soon.